It's time for Plainfield Quakers basketball on AudioSportsOnline.com. Tonight's game is brought to you by Wings Etc., Prestwick Pet Sitters, State Farm Agent Jeremiah P. Whip, Raymond's Alignment Service, and J.P. Brenz and Caliber Home Loans. Red Pride Basketball is an AudioSportsOnline.com production. Now let's go courtside for tonight's game. Plainfield Quakers return to the Red Pride Gymnasium tonight for a Mid-State Conference matchup as they host the Greenwood Woodmen. You can watch it all right here on AudioSportsOnline.com. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Red Pride Basketball. My name is Brian Scott. I'll be joined here in just a few moments by Mr. Christopher Worley, Greenwood and Plainfield tonight. And this is a big old something's got to give tonight. Both teams have had a very long season. Neither team has had a particularly successful season, and both of these teams are trying to stop losing streaks. For the Red Pride, well, they had a couple of nice wins back-to-back earlier this season, earlier this month, I should say, when they were able to beat Avon in a consolation game of the Hendricks County Tournament, and then came right back and beat Northview. But since then, 3 straight losses for the Red Pride and a very, very demoralizing loss last Saturday night. It was a rough week for the Red Pride last week as they lost on Friday night to Decatur Central by the score of 79-57, and then they had to go on the road and play at Terre Haute South, a very, very good Terre Haute South basketball team. The Braves have knocked off some quality opponents all year long, and the Braves came out and just thoroughly dominated Plainfield last Saturday night, putting 3 digits on the scoreboard. They beat Plainfield 102-50. There's really not a lot you can say about that game. If you're head coach Andy Weaver, you just want to put that one behind you and move on. Terre Haute South led 28-9 after the first quarter. It never got any better. Plainfield had 26 turnovers in that game, something that's plagued the Red Pride all season long. And it didn't help the Terre Haute South scored 36 of their 102 points from beyond the three-point arc. So I'm sure Coach Weaver all week long has basically said, let's get this game out of our system, get it behind us. Let's focus in on the Greenwood Woodmen tonight, and let's make a strong showing for the final games here as we head towards sectionals, as the pairings will be announced later here in the next week or so. Greenwood comes in with a record of 3-13. They've lost 5 in a row, and they are coming off of a loss to Roncalli last Saturday night by the score of 54-38. For the Woodmen, their problem has been all season long putting points up, simply finding somebody that can put the ball in the basket. They are led by Spencer Isenthal, who averages almost 13 points per game. He also leads the team in rebounds and blocks per game. So it's been pretty much Isenthal and then whoever else that the Greenwood Woodmen can have step up and make a basket or two. And I bring in my broadcast partner, Christopher Worley. This, as I said, something's got to give tonight. Both teams are looking for their first victory in Mid-State Conference action, and both teams looking to stop losing streaks. And both of them, I'm sure, will be trying very hard to end those streaks tonight.
Yeah, Brian, I think you're right. I think for the players themselves, maybe the coaching staff too, they're excited. Both squads are excited about this game. Both of them see this game as an opportunity to get a win. I have right now Greenwood in that overall 3-13, as you mentioned, but 0-3 on the road, and they were 1-2 in a tournament. So they'd like to pick up a valid road win here tonight. Plainfield 2-5 at home this season so far is what I have them at. So I'm sure the players are excited, especially the Red Pride boys. They know this is a game they can win, and they want to go out here and get the job done on this Friday night.
Both teams are winless in Mid-State Conference action, 0-4. They are the only winless teams in the conference, so something's got to give on that mark. As you take a look at the Mid-State Conference as of tonight, Martinsville leads the conference with a perfect 4-0 record, followed by Mooresville and Whiteland at 3-1. Decatur Central is 3-2. Franklin is 2-3, and then Plainfield and Greenwood round out the conference with 0-4 records. The Woodmen come in averaging just a little over 46 points per game. Those 38 against Roncalli last week, not helping that average at all. And the Woodmen give up, on average, a little over 57 points per game. Plainfield scores over 51 points per game, but they give up a little over 63. And for Coach Andy Weaver, as we saw last week against Terre Haute South, the story's been the same all season long. If the Red Pride can keep the turnovers down, that front line consisting of Max Kurkowski, Nathan Mills, and Connor Brenz, they have been very, very good front line for the Red Pride this season. However, it's been the backcourt that's been the problem for the Red Pride. Turnovers have been the number one problem, and finding somebody that can get the ball to the other players, make some points, get some points off transition. That's been the big key for the Red Pride. When we come back, we'll have starting lineups and opening tip between the Quakers and the Woodmen as Red Pride basketball on ASO. Prestwick Pet Sitters and owner Dawn Crawford is a proud sponsor of the Plainfield Quakers basketball team. Prestwick Pet Sitters has been in business for over 20 years, servicing Plainfield, Avon, and Danville, specializing in home pet care for all types of pets, from Angora rabbits to zebrafish and all the cats and dogs in between. Visit PrestwickPetSitters.com or call 745-9900 to learn more or schedule an appointment before your next trip. That's PrestwickPetSitters.com. We all have a guy, but who's your guy? Jeremiah P. Whip State Farm Agency in Plainfield next to Popeye's Chicken is a proud supporter of Plainfield basketball. Jeremiah specializes in life insurance and retirement maximization. Call 839-3322 or go to who'syourguy.net to contact Jeremiah today. That's Jeremiah P. Whip State Farm Agency in Plainfield. Whether you're looking to buy a new home or need to refinance an existing mortgage, J.P. Brenz and Caliper Home Loans can help you with all your mortgage financing needs, including conventional, FHA, VA, and USDA loans. Contact J.P. today at 550-2116. That's J.P. Brenz and Caliper Home Loans. Welcome back to the Red Pride Gymnasium. Alongside Christopher Worley, I'm Brian Scott, getting ready for tonight's contest between the Quakers and the Greenwood Woodmen. Let's give you the particulars for tonight's game. For the visiting Greenwood Woodmen, they have a record of 3-13. They are 0-4 in Mid-State Conference action. The head coach is Bruce Hensley. He is 241 and 317 in his 26th year at the helm of the Greenwood Woodmen. His starting lineup tonight will basically have really a one guard and four forward look. Starting at a guard is a 6-foot junior Justin Conley. At forward, a 6'4 freshman Jeffrey Reynolds. The other forward and leading scorer at 6'4 senior Spencer Isenthal. At forward, a 6'4 senior Paul Proctor, and the other forward is a 6'4 senior Ethan Smith. So once again for the Woodmen, it is Conley at the guard, and then Reynolds, Isenthal, Proctor, and Smith all at forward. All four of those are at 6'4", so they will present a little bit of a size differential for the Quakers tonight. For the Plainfield Quakers, they come in with a record of 4-11, 0-4 in conference action. The head coach is Andy Weaver, 14-43 in his third year overall at the helm of the Quakers, and 240 and 219 in his 21st season coaching overall. His lineup will have at a guard a 5'11 senior Mark Daum II. At the other guard is a 6'1 junior Bryson Ellis. At forward, a 6'6 junior Max Kurkowski. The other forward is a 6'5 sophomore Nathan Mills. And at center, a 6'5 sophomore Connor Brenz. So the backcourt for the Quakers is Daum and Ellis. Up front, Kurkowski, Mills, and Brenz. These are starting five for the Red Pride. Chris, we've said it time and time again. The Red Pride put out one of the better front lines you'll find in the area with Brenz, Mills, and Kurkowski. It's still been the guard play that's been the problem for the Red Pride.
Yeah, and those guys are going to need to do a good job tonight. They need to distribute the ball, penetrate when you can. Now, we have seen a good job by Nathan Mills of getting set up on the block and doing some low post play. Of course, Max is going to get out on the court, do his thing, try and hit some three-pointers. He is the team's leading rebounder, but they can just get some good guard play, find a combination that works, set up some assists to those guys, maybe score a couple baskets themselves. Guard play going to be critical to Plainfield getting a win here tonight.
The record may not be as what the Red Pride would like, but never short of support here at the Red Pride Gymnasium. Good crowd here on the Quakers side of the court. Greenwood, they have brought their own crowd. And as we take a moment here, we're going to have the Red Pride Pep Band. They're going to be playing our national anthem tonight here as we get ready for Mid-State Conference action between the Quakers and the Woodmen. So we hope you enjoy tonight's contest here on Audio Sports Online. And right now we're going to have our national anthem.
Pep Band under the direction of Mr. Michael Carpenter.
fine rendition of our national anthem played by the Red Pride Pep Band as we get ready for basketball tonight here on Audio Sports Online between the Plainfield Quakers and the Greenwood Woodmen. Like we said at the start of this broadcast, Greenwood, they have 4 players that Coach Bruce Hensley will trot out there all at 6'4", but the problem for the Woodmen has been finding points. Really, only one player scores in double figures. That's Spencer Isenthal, as he averages almost 13 points per game, and he leads the team with over 9 rebounds per game. But after that, only their guard, Justin Conley, scores close to double digits. He scores just shy of 10 points per game, and there's really not a whole lot of help when you look up and down this Woodman lineup as far as somebody that's going to be able to give them some points. Jeffrey Reynolds has been able from time to time to put a few points on the board, but this is a team in the Woodmen that are only shooting 40% from the field. That's not the three-point shooting. That's from the field. The Woodmen have taken 231 three-pointers this season. They've only made 62 of them. That's a 27% percentage from beyond the arc. So for Coach Hensley, he's really looking for somebody that can put some points on the board. Meanwhile, for the Quakers, it is still Nathan Mills leading the team, averaging over 16 points per game. Max Kurkowski scoring almost 11 points per game. But that's really been the big 2 scorers as far as the Quakers are concerned. Connor Brenz has been able to give them some points as of late as his game has progressed throughout the season, especially down in the low post. But it's still, Coach Weaver's still looking for some good guard play, somebody that can dish out the basketball and lead to some easier shots. That's been a difficult story for the Quakers all season long, are finding good shots on the floor. As we get ready for tonight's game, the Greenwood Woodmen will be in the road greens with the gold numerals and the Quakers in the home whites with the red numerals and black trim. It will be jumping center Spencer Isenthal and Nathan Mills as we get ready for basketball here from the Red Pride Gymnasium. Pull up a seat. Glad you could join us for Plainfield Quaker basketball here on Audio Sports Online.
Important here, too, for Plainfield. Get off to a good start, have a good first 5 minutes here, and win this first quarter.
Ball is tipped, and it belongs to the Plainfield Quakers, and they'll have the opening possession. As Chris mentioned, the Quakers have had a habit of empty possessions to start games, and they'll get it into Brenz, who tries to find Nathan Mills cutting, but Mills can't handle the pass, and there's a turnover to begin the ball game.
It was a good idea. Connor tried to find Nathan sprinting along the baseline towards the basket. Just couldn't handle the pass there. Turnover for Plainfield.
As we mentioned, that's been a problem. Here's a 3 on the way. That one's long, no good, as Alex Rapp and Jeffrey Reynolds will get the putback. It is Alex Rapp actually getting the start. He was not on the lineup to begin the game, but he's getting the start here. And here's another turnover now by the Plainfield Quakers.
2 possessions, 2 turnovers. Not the way you'd like to start here for the Quakers. See if they can get settled down here. Handle the ball well. Cut down those turnovers.
So the Quakers turn it over. And as I mentioned just a minute ago, that's been a problem for Plainfield, is empty possessions to start games. They usually have been finding themselves down by at least 2 or 3 scores before they're able to get a shot up and into the hoop. 2-0, Woodman with the basketball and the lead. 3-ball on the way by Isenthal. It's no good. Rebound traced down by Plainfield, and they'll have the basketball looking for their first shot. Dahm lobs it into Brenz. Brenz out top. Kurkowski for 3. That's off the rim, no good. And as Brenz goes up, he'll go over the back of Spencer Isenthal, and he'll be called for the foul.
Brian, I think that was Bryson Ellis actually took that shot from the top of the key there, a 3-pointer. Bryson getting a rare start tonight. See if he can contribute on the offensive end there.
Brenz is charged with his first team foul. And the Woodmen have the basketball in a 2-point lead. Bryson Ellis with the 3, and here's a drive by Isenthal. It's no good. Rebounded by Kurkowski. Dahm gives it to Kurkowski. Max backs up and sends it back out to Dahm.
Man-to-man defense by Greenwood.
Quakers move it around. Kurkowski, his 3 is up. It's good.
Shot, Max.
Max Kurkowski hits the 3 from the left wing, and the Quakers, with their first bucket, lead the Woodmen 3-2 with 6:02 left to go first quarter.
Max coming in this game 22% from the 3-point range, but it's a good sign to see him get that first one there.
Woodmen will move the basketball around. Both teams been playing a man-to-man defense, and now They will move it around. Shot from about 12 feet baseline. That's no good. Mills with the rebound as a shot by Isenthal is no good. Brenz has it on the wing, gives it to Mills, left elbow. Nice pump fake. Drives and flushes it with two hands.
Gets a strong rebound at one end of the court. Makes a good offensive move. Gets the pass. Flushes it on the other end. Nathan Mills.
Three by Jeffrey Reynolds is no good. And on the rebound, we'll have a whistle and a foul. And this one looks like it's going to go against the Woodmen on the rebound.
Also on that score by Nathan. Loved the way he used fundamental basketball. Good shot fake. Got his defender off the floor. Then Nathan put it on the floor with the dribble and was able to get by him for the slam.
Alex Rapp called for the personal, his first, team first. 5:22 left to go, opening quarter. Quakers with a 5-2 lead at the Red Pride Gymnasium. With the basketball, Connor Brenz, right side. Here's Max Kurkowski. He's guarded by Isenthal. Kurkowski makes a move, and they're going to call him for a player control foul. It was Justin Conley that was guarding Kurkowski, but Max is going to be charged with the offensive foul. And it's his first, and the turnover gives the ball back to the Woodmen. They trail by 3 as we approach the 5-minute mark left in the first quarter. Swinging around right side, Jeffrey Reynolds out on the wing. He's guarded by Kurkowski. Reynolds skip over the top with a basketball. As here is a 3 wrap on its way. Shot no good. Rebounded down low and a tie-up. And actually a whistle, and they will say traveling. Woodman came down with a basketball, but they'll say that the rebounder, and still looking at the number, that was...
Yeah, I'm sorry I missed that, Brian.
Max Raker, I believe. Actually, Paul Proctor, I should say. Called for traveling. They'll get the ball down low. Here is Kurkowski. He'll go up. No whistle. And as Brenz tries to get the rebound, it'll go out of bounds. Coach Andy Weaver looking for a whistle and a foul as Kurkowski was down low. But no whistle, no foul. Ball goes off of the Quakers. And the Woodmen have the basketball, trailing 5-2. They got an opening bucket by Jeffrey Reynolds. And as we said at the top of the broadcast, struggling to get the ball in the hoop. Here's Rapp, nice ball fake, kicks it out left side. Driving and skip pass into the corner. Isenthal makes the extra pass. Here's Proctor, he's way off. And the rebound comes into the hands of Mark Dahm.
Good passing there by Greenwood. Got an open shot, but just couldn't knock it down. As Brian mentioned, a poor field goal shooting team, Greenwood, so far this season. And here's Nathan.
Nathan Mills' baseline jumper is no good, but there's Kurkowski with a rebound from just outside the right elbow. Kurkowski gets the bucket. He has 5, and the Quakers lead 7-2.
Max off to a nice start here. He is also the Plainfield Quakers leading rebounder.
And now we'll have a foul. Dahm working on Justin Conley. They're going to get Mark with a little bit of a wrist check. And they're called Mark for his first.
7-2, nice start here for the Plainfield Quakers. We said it was important for them to get off to a good start, get a little confidence here. And also I noticed on their man-to-man defense playing with a little intensity out there. Bryson Ellis helped bring that intensity on defense to start.
Dahm and Brenz leave. Kyler Nichols and Reese Crawford enter the lineup for Coach Andy Weaver. 7-2, 3:20 left to go. First quarter, Quakers with the lead. Woodman with the basketball. They swing it around to the far wing. Driving is Rapp. Little ball fake, puts it up. Tim goes down, comes back out. Mills with a rebound. Nathan leads the Quakers into the front court. We'll leave it off to Kyler Nichols. Nichols with a basketball. Stops at the free throw line. Left side, Bryson Ellis. Finds Reese Crawford cutting baseline. Reese, nice move. Goes up, but loses the basketball on the way up, and the Woodmen have it. Coming the other way right now are the Woodmen. Here's Rapp, ball fake, but traveled. Gave a nice little ball fake, just forgot to put the ball on the court as he made his move toward the lane. He'll be called for steps, and the turnover gives the ball back to the Quakers. 7-2, Plainfield with the lead with 2:46 left to go in this first quarter of play.
Brian, glad you mentioned the crowd here. Boy, this community does a great job of supporting this basketball team, no matter what the record. It's a real good crowd here on the Plainfield side of the stands.
Nathan Mills backs Spencer Isenthal down in the post. He gets the easy turnaround jumper. He has 4, and the Quakers lead by 7 with 2:25 left to go first quarter. Woodmen have had a couple of nice looks, but they've just missed badly on their shots. Here's Rapp. He gets the ball, loses it, tracks it back down near the center jump circle, drives left side of the lane, pulls up the jumper. That's too strong off of the rim. Nichols lost it for a minute. Ball's loose, and it was Connor Brenz that was picked it up, gave it to Kyler. Kyler with the basketball at the right wing, feeds Kurkowski. Kurkowski, pull-up jumper is on its way. That's off the rim, no good. Isenthal tracks it down for the Woodmen. He'll give it to Rapp. Rapp brings it into the front court. Rapp gets cut off and actually stepped on the end line as he tried to make a move against Kyler Nichols. Alex Rapp stepped on the end line, and the turnover gives the ball back to the Quakers.
Good defense by Kyler Nichols there. Moved his feet well, cut off the baseline move from the Greenwood player, and that'll give the ball back to Plainfield. Plainfield with a good rebounding advantage so far in this game. They lead the rebounds, I count, 7-3.
Adam Rapp now into the lineup for the Woodmen as he is into the contest. But the Quakers have the basketball up by 7. Nichols with the ball, left wing, lobs it over to Mills. Nathan will track back behind the three-point arc, spins in the lane, and as he goes up, he's going to be fouled by Spencer Isenthal. That'll be Isenthal's first, and the first free throws of the night belong to the Quakers as Nathan Mills will head to the free throw line.
That was good spacing by the Plainfield offense. They kind of cleared the middle out for Nathan, allowed him to work one-on-one against the Greenwood defender, and he drew the foul.
Nathan's first free throw goes over the front rim, and it's good. Mark Dahm back in. Connor Brenz in. Bryson Ellis departs, as does Max Kurkowski. Nathan Mills at the line for one more free throw. Nathan's second free throw, that's too strong, and he splits the free throw. He has 5 points, and the Quakers lead by 8, 10-2, with 1:17 left to go in this first quarter. Woodmen with the basketball. Conley, they swing it around left side. Adam Rapp gives it over to that far side where Jeffrey Reynolds was. Now they get the ball back to the top of the key. With the basketball is Braden Kincaid. He works on Kyler Nichols. Crossover, drives the lane, tries to leave it off for Isenthal. Left the pass, bounce pass too low. Ball's loose, and the Quakers come away with it. Nichols into the front court. Drives, leaves it off to Reese Crawford. Crawford retreats, gives it right side to Mark Dahm. Dahm, nice entry pass to Connor Brenz. Brenz with a pump fake, blocked by Isenthal. And the Woodmen have numbers. They'll leave it, and now they'll give it back. They had the numbers, but just simply couldn't decide what they wanted to do with the possession. Now Quakers reset the defense. Here's a skip pass on the baseline. They move it around. 3 balls on its way, and that one's up and good by Justin Conley. First bucket for the Quakers the Woodmen since the opening basket of the game, and now Kyler Nichols is going to be called for a palming violation. And the turnover with 8 seconds remaining in the quarter give the ball back to the Woodmen as they trail 10-5.
Chance for Greenwood to make the score respectable here. They were stuck on 2 points for a long time, but that last three-pointer made the score 10-5. They need to hurry here. Greenwood does.
Conley gets a high ball screen from Isenthal, drives, lays it up, off the glass, shot no good, and that's how the first quarter is going to end, with the Quakers leading the Greenwood Woodmen by the score of 10-5. Second quarter coming up. This is Red Pride Basketball on Audio Sports Online. We'd like to thank Raymond's Alignment Service in Plainfield for being a proud sponsor of Plainfield Quaker Basketball. Raymond's Alignment Service is Plainfield's complete auto and truck repair center since 1995. You can visit them at 3828 Clarks Creek Road in Plainfield or give them a call at 317-838-7112. That's Raymond's Alignment Service in Plainfield. Does Wings Etc. have great wings? Sure, but wait, there's more. So much more than award-winning jumbo wings. Stop past our new location in Plainfield at 1818 East Main Street, just west of Kroger, and you'll get a great big taste of what the Etc. and Wings Etc. is all about. You can call 406-3250 to place your to-go order today. That's Wings Etc. at 1818 East Main Street in Plainfield. First 8 minutes are in the book here at the Red Bride Gymnasium. Alongside Christopher Worley, I'm Brian Scott. Things going pretty much as we might have expected at the start of this game. The Woodmen got the first bucket of the contest, and then the Quakers went on a 10-0 run. Woodmen managed to get a 3 from Justin Conley to make it 10-5, and they'll have the basketball to begin the second quarter. Nice move is making the move with Spencer Isenthal, and the leading scorer for the Woodmen finally on the scorebook. In the scorebook, I should say, with a bucket, and it's a 10-7 Quaker lead. We'll set the lineups up in just a second. Right now for the Quakers, Daum is joined by Kurkowski, Reese Crawford, Nathan Mills, and Connor Brenz. Those are the 5 out on the court right now for head coach Andy Weaver. Kurkowski, step back 3 on its way. It's short off the side. Rebounded by Braden Kincaid of the Woodmen. He's joined by Spencer Isenthal. And here is a 3, and that's Conley again. He has 2 baskets. They're both 3s, and that second 3 ties this game at 10.
Conley came in as just a 23% shooter from the three-point range, but he looks good so far on this Friday night with 2 of them so far.
So Conley gets the 3. Here's a drive by Crawford. Shot no good. Rebounded by Isenthal. He gives the ball to Alex Rapp. Tries to feed Jeffrey Reynolds, but it's intercepted, and here come the Quakers. Crawford with the basketball, gives it off to Max Kurkowski. Kurkowski, he was trying to find Bryson Ellis cutting and threw that ball right into the cheerleaders over on that side of the court, and I'm sure there's one of the Greenwood cheerleaders a little surprised by that, but she reacted well. But the Woodmen have a chance to retake the lead. They led it 2-0. Here's a jumper from the baseline, and that's up and good. Jeffrey Reynolds with his second bucket of the night, and now the Woodmen back out in front, 12-10.
All of a sudden, they're hitting shots from the field, Brian. The Greenwood Woodmen have the lead now, 12-10.
Woodmen led in the first quarter 2-0, and then the Quakers went on a 10-0 run. Here's
another turnover.
Bad pass by Daum trying to lob it into Mills and laid it over his head. Here come the Woodmen the other way. 3 ball on its way. That one's good. And that's going to cause Andy Weaver to call a timeout as the 3 was made.
Wow.
As trying to get the number
over there. I believe that was one of their guards.
I think it was Braden Kincaid that got the 3. And with that, the Quakers now trail 15-10 as Coach Andy Weaver has to take a 30-second timeout.
That was Kincaid. That was his first three-pointer of the year, but I think they've made 4 or 5 shots in a row now. You know, before the game, though, Plainfield Athletics Department got the good charity check from Lids Team Sports. $4,800 check from Lids Team Sports to Plainfield Athletics here was presented before the game.
Braden Kincaid hit the 3, and the Woodmen, who have not been a good three-point shooting team all season long, they've hit 3 in the first half, and they lead the Quakers by 5. The 6:01 left to go first half. Now a little full-court pressure applied by Greenwood as they do a 1-2-2 trap. Quakers get it into the front court easily. Here's Reese Crawford. He goes up. Won't get the bucket, but Reese is going to earn a trip to the line as the Quakers do a good job to break the press and get it into the front court.
Yeah, I like Reese's move there. A little stop-and-go dribble. Got him a foul to the line. He is the Quakers' best free throw shooter. He is 11 out of 12 from the line at 92% coming into this game, Reese Crawford.
Adam Rapp gets his first personal. Reese hits the first of 2 free throws, as Spencer Isenthal will take a seat. One more for Reese. He hits both free throws. The Quakers are now 3 of 4 from the free throw line, and they trail Greenwood 15-12 with 5:50 left to go first half.
I don't think Greenwood shot a free throw yet.
Greenwood has yet to make a trip to the line, but so far they are shooting everything from the outside, not a whole lot down low. With the basketball, Kincaid, his shot from the right elbow is up and good.
They're hot.
Kincaid with the basket. He's got 5, and it's back to a 5-point lead for Greenwood. So Greenwood, who couldn't find the bucket there really in the first quarter, now coming out in the second quarter and shooting very well.
Kincaid came into this game averaging 2.6 points per game. Brian, he's got 5 in the first half.
Here's Nathan Mills with the basketball. He backs down in the post, leans in, called for traveling.
7 turnovers now for Plainfield.
Nathan was trying to back down into that post, working off of Paul Proctor, and Proctor might have took the chair out from Mills just a little bit, caused Nathan to cause with steps, and the turnover gives the ball back to the Woodmen.
Let's play some good defense on this possession now.
Proctor gives the ball up Top of the key, Justin Conley with a basketball, and he'll pop a three, and that one's way off of the side. Mills with a rebound for the Red Pride. Nathan, right side, gives it up to Kyler Nichols. Nichols to Mills.
Nice pass.
To Kurkowski. Kurkowski to Mills, and a nice feed from Max Kurkowski leads to 2 points by Nathan Mills. Nathan was 7, a 3-point lead for Greenwood with 4:37 left to go in the first half.
Excellent pass by Max right there, and he averages almost 2 assists a game. Very good numbers for a big man.
Driving, skip past the baseline. Good defense by Max Kurkowski into the hands of Reese Crawford. Left side, Kyler Nichols gives it to Kurkowski, pops the three, and nails it.
Max with 2 big trips up and down the floor, offense and defense, getting the job done here in the first half for the Quakers.
Kurkowski's second three of the contest ties this game at 17 points as we approach the midway point of the second quarter, and now a palming violation. You might see one of those in the game. We've seen one by each team here in the quarter, as this time it goes against the Woodmen.
It is 5 turnovers now for Greenwood. Coach Weaver will set something up with Reese here on the far side. Plainfield inbounds the ball, tied at 17 here first half.
Spencer Isenthal back out onto the court for Coach Bruce Hensley of the Woodmen as we hit the 4-minute mark here in the quarter.
Crowd
17
still
all.
rolling in. Crowd still rolling in. Sorry, Brian.
Here's Kurkowski. That shot no good. Rebounded by the Woodmen. Pushing it up the court is Adam Rapp. Leaves it left side. Conley, he was trying to feed down low and threw the ball right off of Max Kurkowski's chest. They were trying to hit Isenthal cutting baseline. And this ball is going to be a held ball, and the possession arrow will favor the Quakers. So the Quakers a chance to retake the lead after Kurkowski's three tied the game at 17.
Good hustle there by junior Bryson Ellis. He got the start tonight, and he came to play hard. Bryson Ellis, number 32 for the Red Pride.
17 all, 3:38 left to go first half. Nichols into the front court, looking to give the ball off, finds Ellis. Ellis right side to Mills. Has Kurkowski posting up. Nathan sends it to Kyler. Kyler spins, goes left side, three ball, Bryson Ellis. It's no good. Mills with a rebound. Mills, right hand hook. That's up and good.
Nice.
Left hand hook, I should say. But a nice move, as Chris said, by Nathan Mills, and the Quakers retake the lead.
A good rebound, too. Again, Plainfield definitely winning the rebound battle here in the first half.
Here's a drive, and a whistle will stop this, as driving to the hoop was Braden Kincaid, but he stopped, and a foul's going to be called against Plainfield. It's going to go against Reese Crawford. That's his first, team foul number 4.
I like the way the Quakers regained themselves after Greenwood stretched out to, I believe, maybe a 5-point lead, Brian. But Plainfield right back here on these last two possessions. Good work to take back the lead.
Nice inbound pass. They feed Isenthal. He misses a point-blank shot. And the Quakers get the rebound, come the other way. Nathan Mills pull up. 3 on the way. That's short. But here's Bryson Ellis running back down the court. He fell down in the backcourt. Came running back to get the rebound and gives the Quakers a new life in this possession. Here's Kurkowski from the right-hand runner in the lane. Shot no good. There's Bryson Ellis. He gets it. Feeds Kurkowski for 3.
Credit those points to Bryson Ellis. Max Kurkowski made the basket, but Bryson with some big hustle, which he's shown all night here, came up with that loose ball, got it out to Max for the open 3.
Twice on that, Ellis kept the possession alive, and this time Evan James found out he had plenty of open space, tried to step in for an easier shot, but forgot to put the ball in the court, and he's called for traveling. As into the lineup now for Coach Weaver is Keegan Motter. He'll join Max Kurkowski, Bryson Ellis, Kyler Nichols, and Nathan Mills. 22-17. Quakers with the basketball and the 5-point lead. 2:19 left to go in the first half. Here's Kurkowski for 3. That one long, and the rebound comes into the hands of Evan James for the Woodmen. He will give it to Justin Conley. Conley, right side. They look to feed down low, and they tried to get it to Isenthal, but stolen by Nathan Mills. Nice pass as Motter finds Nichols, and now they'll feed back to Keegan Motter. Motter right side, Mills. Mills finds Nichols running baseline, back to Mills. The jumper's good.
Nice work. Real good passing between Kyler Nichols and Nathan Mills. Got the bucket. Nathan Mills, a nice jumper along the baseline.
Mills joins Kurkowski in double figures with 11 points each. And the Quakers lead by 7, their biggest lead of the night, with 1:32 left to go first half. Pass over to the far wing as Conley, looking for somebody to give the basketball to, gives it up Here's a three, top of the key. That shot's no good. Isenthal gets the rebound, goes up. He's challenged by Mills. Mills is going to be hit with a foul. Jeffrey Reynolds tried for the three from the top of the key. Isenthal got the rebound. He goes up. Mills gets him with the body, and Spencer Isenthal's going to the line to shoot a pair. The first free throw attempts tonight for the Woodmen.
He is a 59% free throw shooter coming into this game, and he will miss that first one.
When we take a look at Greenwood on the season, as a team, they are only a 62% free throw shooting team. So they pretty much have their problems just getting the basketball into the hoop. As Isenthal splits the free throws, he now has 3 points, and it's 24-18 Quakers with 1:13 left to go first half.
Plainfield students, good student body section tonight, and they have some kind of a special presentation to disrupt the foul shooter. I'll try and describe it later.
And he tried to get the ball, Kyler Nichols, to Nathan Mills. Mills couldn't handle it, goes out of bounds, and the ball goes back to the Woodmen. The Woodmen started this second quarter off strong, shooting the basketball, but have really slacked off here this past 3 or 4 minutes and allowed the Quakers to jump out to now a 6-point lead with 1 minute left to go in the first half. Here's a nice drive, and then traveling as driving was, I believe, Braden Kincaid, and he ran into a Quaker double team, drug the pivot foot, and is called for traveling.
Greenwood with some turnovers here in this second quarter now. They have more than Plainfield right now, that being turnovers 8-7 is my count.
Dahm comes in for Reese Crawford. Keegan Motter stays out to run the point for the Quakers. And here's a steal with the basketball, Braden Kincaid, and he's going to be challenged by Motter. Motter lost it on a straight steal by Kincaid, and as Kincaid went up, Keegan forced to commit the foul and send Braden Kincaid to the line.
I don't know if you can see it, but behind the bucket, the Plainfield students have some kind of a curtain rigged up. When the foul shooter's ready, they open the curtain and have various students do some kind of pose or whatever to try and disrupt the foul shooter. It may have worked on that one. Pretty ingenious setup. Don't know if our camera on Audio Sports Online can catch that or not, but good work by the Plainfield students here.
Kincaid misses the first, misses the second, and the ball comes into the hands of Nathan Mills. 24-18, 40 seconds left in the half. Here's Motter, wide open three. He nailed it. Wow. Keegan Motter with a three from the corner makes it a 9-point Quaker advantage at 27-18. 27 seconds remain in the first half. At halftime, Chris and I will take a look at what's happened in the mid-state as Spencer Isenthal, nice drive, left it on the rim. And the Quakers come down with it as Crawford will get it into the front court with 12 seconds left. We'll take you around the Mid-State Conference and take a look at what's going to happen in girls sectional action next week. Crawford tries to throw it up, doesn't get anything out of it. Here's Conley, and he throws a brick off of the side of the backboard, and that's going to be the end of the first half. The Quakers found themselves down by 5, but they'll go to the locker rooms at the half as they lead by 9. 27-18, Plainfield over Greenwood. Back in a moment. There's Red Pride basketball on AudioSportsOnline.com. Prestwick Pet Sitters and owner Don Crawford is a proud sponsor of the Plainfield Quakers basketball team. Prestwick Pet Sitters has been in business for over 20 years, servicing Plainfield, Avon, and Danville, specializing in home pet care for all types of pets, from Angora rabbits to zebrafish and all the cats and dogs in between. Visit PrestwickPetSitters.com or call 745-9900 to learn more or schedule an appointment before your next trip. That's PrestwickPetSitters.com. We all have a guy, but who's your guy? Jeremiah P. Whip State Farm Agency in Plainfield next to Popeye's Chicken is a proud supporter of Plainfield basketball. Jeremiah specializes in life insurance and retirement maximization. Call 839-3322 or go to who'syourguy.net to contact Jeremiah today. That's Jeremiah P. Whip State Farm Agency in Plainfield. Whether you're looking to buy a new home or need to refinance an existing mortgage, J.P. Brenz and Caliper Home Loans can help you with all your mortgage financing needs, including conventional, FHA, VA, and USDA loans. Contact JP today at 550-2116. That's JP Brenz and Caliper Home Loans. We'd like to thank Raymond's Alignment Service in Plainfield for being a proud sponsor of Plainfield Quaker basketball. Raymond's Alignment Service is Plainfield's complete auto and truck repair center since 1995. You can visit them at 3828 Clarks Creek Road in Plainfield or give them a call at 317-838-7112. That's Raymond's Alignment Service in Plainfield. Does Wings Etc. have great wings? Sure, but wait, there's more. So much more than award-winning jumbo wings. Stop past our new location in Plainfield at 1818 East Main Street, just west of Kroger, and you'll get a great big taste of what the Etc. and Wings Etc. is all about. You can call 406-3250 to place your to-go order today. That's Wings Etc. at 1818 East Main Street in Plainfield. Thanks. Welcome back to the Red Pride Gymnasium alongside Christopher Worley. I'm Brian Scott. Quakers lead the Greenwood Woodmen by 9, 27-18. It's halftime here at the Red Pride Gymnasium. Let's take a quick look at the Mid-State Conference coming into tonight's game. We gave you a rundown of what the conference standings were in the pregame. Let's take a look at what happened last week and what is scheduled this weekend as far as Mid-State Conference action is concerned. Last week, of course, Plainfield lost Friday to Decatur Central 79-57. It was Martinsville defeating Franklin 64-56. Mooresville defeated Whiteland 75-60. And Shelbyville beat Greenwood 61-36 last Friday. Saturday's action saw Ben Davis beat Martinsville 66-44. Columbus North all over Whiteland 81-69. Roncalli over Greenwood 54-38. It was Mooresville defeating Connorsville 44-36. Southport doubled up, more than doubled up Franklin 89-44. And of course, Plainfield fell to Terre Haute South 102-50. One game earlier this week on Wednesday, Whiteland defeated Indian Creek 71-59. Tonight's action, Decatur Central is at Whiteland. Mooresville is at Martinsville. That's along with our game tonight. And tomorrow night, Columbus East is at Franklin. Greenwood is at Greenfield Central. New Palestine is taking on Mooresville. That game is taking place at Bankers Life Fieldhouse. Plainfield is at Shelbyville, and Zionsville is at Decatur Central. Mooresville, the hottest team in the Mid-State Conference. They've won their last 10 contests. They are 21-4 overall, 6-0 in conference play. Not to be outdone by Martinsville. Martinsville's 14-7 this year, but that's after going 7-7. They have won their last 7. So Martinsville also making a strong push here as we end the first, as we get closer to sectional play. And Chris, let's take a look at the girls, because we know that the girls are going to end. The Plainfield Lady Quakers, they've already ended their season. Their season is over. They're getting ready for sectional play next week. As we take a look, why don't you give us a rundown of what we can expect in sectionals next week?
Well, it all starts here, right here at Plainfield, the girls' sectional. Terre Haute South will play Brownsburg, and that's the first game. And that is at 7 p.m. Tuesday night. And then on Wednesday night, the Plainfield girls will take the court against Terre Haute North in the first game. And I believe that's a 6 p.m. start. And then after that, Avon and Mooresville. So Plainfield girls finished the season 13-10. And I'm looking for when they played Terre Haute South here earlier. I know they did play North, but good chance for them to advance here in this sectional.
Plainfield finished the season 13-10, 2-4 in Mid-State Conference play. Yeah, and when you take a look at the Mid-State Conference on the girls' side, Mooresville, that was a very, very good Pioneer team that they had this year, 21-4 overall. They finished the season winning their last 10, and they finished with a perfect 6-0 record in conference play. That was followed by Martinsville at 5-1 in conference play. Greenwood was 4-2, Whiteland 3-3, Plainfield 2-4, Franklin 1-5, Decatur Central was 0-6. So big week coming up here at the Red Pride Gymnasium as sectional action. There'll be some really good girls basketball team, Chris, coming here to play at the Red Pride Gymnasium.
Yes, I did find that last game. Plainfield played Terre Haute North not too long ago and won that game 49-42. So Coach Benj and the girls ready to get this done. They finished the season winning 2 out of their last 3. Other notables in that, of course, like you said, the Mooresville girls, very strong. I think they would be the favorite there. Brownsburg girls did a good job at the finish of the season, won several big games down the stretch. So very competitive. Get out here. That's going to be an exciting week next week. I know I'm going to be here Tuesday night, and then we'll see who advances in that.
Of course, if you're here for we're going to tell you a couple of schedule changes here for our Plainfield Quaker boys basketball games. We will be here for the Plainfield-Brownsburg game. We will not have that game on Audio Sports Online, however. There will be no video of that game. You can tune into xrbradio.com and listen to that game. Chris and I will be back here for Plainfield in Brownsburg. However, you can be assured that Chris and I will be at Martinsville as we will pick up that game, as we will broadcast the opening sectional game for the Plainfield Quakers. We'll know in a couple of weeks here who the Quakers will play and what night, but we'll have that game for you here on Audio Sports Online, as we'll have the Quakers in their sectional opener. But the game on February 17th against Brownsburg will not be here on Audio Sports Online. You can listen to it on xrbradio.com. Chris and I will have the pregame show at around 7:15, and the tip-off between the Bulldogs and the Quakers is set for 7:30. We'll also be back here February 12th, a county inter-county game as the Cascade Cadets come to the Red Pride Gymnasium. And then, of course, we will finish this season on February 26th when the Quakers host Greenfield Central. Let's give you the stats here for the first half action. Quakers led 10-5 after the first half, and they lead 27-18 here at the half. Quakers were on a 10-0 run, I should say, in that first quarter. The Woodmen got a late 3 to make it 10-5, and then the Woodmen kind of got on a bit of a roll there to begin the second quarter. They led by as much as 5, but then Quakers really turned up the defense, and they also started hitting some shots as they outscored the Woodmen 17-13 in that second quarter and lead 27-18 at the half. For the Greenwood Woodmen, leading all scorers with 6 points is Justin Conley. Brayton Kincaid has 5 points, 4 points for Jeffrey Reynolds. Team leading scorer Spencer Isenthal, he only has 3 points in that first half. Nobody else managed to score. The Woodmen, uncharacteristically, they did hit 3 3-point baskets in that first half. For the Quakers, leading scorers with 11 points each are Max Kurkowski and Nathan Mills. 3 points from Keegan Motter, 2 points from Reese Crawford. The Quakers hit 4 3-point baskets. They were 3 of 4 from the free throw line. So the Quakers also getting some help from beyond the arc. The Woodmen only went to the line 4 times as well, but they only hit 1 of their free throws. So both teams are making their way out to the court, or at least the Quakers have made their way out onto the court. And Chris, right now when we take a look at the second half, Max Kurkowski, Nathan Mills, they're doing their part, and the 3-point shooting has been helping the Quakers as well. They just need to make sure to keep this intensity and keep things ratcheted up. We haven't seen Bryson Ellis get any points there in the first half, but there's a couple of key stretches, offense, defense, rebounding, keeping possessions alive, and defensively, Bryson did a good job.
Yeah, glad you mentioned that. Bryson Ellis, an excellent first half, along with Max. Max really had a good first quarter and played well throughout. So I think the key here, and what I really like too, is you're seeing some defensive intensity from the Plainfield Quakers in that man-to-man defense tonight. And I think Bryson Ellis kind of sparked that, the way he came after them on defense. So keep it up here in the second half. Important stretch here, of course. All coaches talk about it when you start the second half. That first 5 to 6 minutes, really important. Maintain the intensity, play good defense. Turnover battle was even. I had both teams with 8 turnovers in that first half, so at least Plainfield not losing the turnover battle as they usually do here. So take good care of the ball. Let's get a good start in the second half, Quakers.
All right, we're getting ready for second half action. When we return, it's the Quakers leading the Woodmen 27-18. Back in a moment. This is Red Pride Basketball on ASO. Prestwick Pet Sitters and owner Dawn Crawford is a proud sponsor of the Plainfield Quakers basketball team. Prestwick Pet Sitters has been in business for over 20 years, servicing Plainfield, Avon, and Danville, specializing in home pet care for all types of pets, from Angora rabbits to zebrafish and all the cats and dogs in between. Visit PrestwickPetSitters.com or call 745-9900 to learn more or schedule an appointment before your next trip. That's PrestwickPetSitters.com. Welcome back to the Red Pride Gymnasium. We're getting ready to begin third quarter action. Quakers lead the Greenwood Woodmen 27-18. Alongside Christopher Worley, I'm Brian Scott. The Quakers will begin the second half the same way they began the basketball game. That'll be Mark Dahm, Bryson Ellis, Nathan Mills, Max Kurkowski, and Connor Brenz. And it will be Alex Rapp, joined by Jeffrey Reynolds, Spencer Isenthal, Justin Conley, and Paul Proctor. The Greenwood Woodmen have the basketball to begin the third quarter as Alex Rapp will work off of Bryson Ellis. He'll drive, leaves it off. Proctor's shot no good, but a whistle and a foul. Nice drive by Rapp. Nice little bounce pass to feed Proctor, and Proctor's going to earn a trip to the free throw line on the foul.
I like the set plays that Coach Bruce Hensley for Greenwood has called, both out of timeouts and at the end of the first quarter, they called a nice play to get a bucket. You know, he drew that up at halftime and got a nice possession there. Missed the shot, but drew the foul at the line. Missed the first free throw shot. That's Spencer, right?
Paul Proctor is at the line. Missed the first, gets the second. His first point of the night, and it's a 27-19 lead. A little full court pressure applied by Greenwood. They get it to Dahm. Here's a steal, and stealing the ball was Justin Conley, and he will get an easy 2 points.
Well, we just talked about Coach at halftime. He obviously set up that press, got a turnover and a bucket off it to start the second half.
Greenwood starts the second half in a 1-2-2 press. Lob into Mills. Mills, pull-up jumper is good.
There you see Nathan soft touch. That's a difficult shot for a lot of big men if they don't use the backboard. Nathan did not. Got it over the rim, nice and easy for the bucket.
So Coach Hensley comes out in the second half and immediately goes to a 1-2-2 full court press. They get a steal, and now here's a ball tipped away by Nathan Mills into the hands of Max Kurkowski. So the Quakers get a steal and a turnover themselves, and Dahm gets it into the front court, leaves it to Max. Both teams have been in a man-to-man defense this entire basketball game. As Ellis sends it left side, Kurkowski drives to the baseline. A tough baseline jumper is no good. Brenz flies through, gets the loose ball, and Bryson Ellis will get his first points of the night as he got the loose ball and put it up and in.
After all that hustle in the first half, nice to see Bryson get a bucket here to start the second half, and we got a turnover on Greenwood.
Alex Rapp is called for a double dribble, so we've seen about everything tonight. A palming violation, a double dribble, and Mark Dahm is going to come out. He's going to get a little bit of coaching there from Coach Andy Weaver as Reese Crawford comes into the basketball game. And where Dahm is sitting, we don't expect to see him sitting for long. Quakers up by 10, 31-21, 6:23 left to go. Nice turnaround move by Brenz. Can't get the bucket as the ball is ripped down and controlled by Jeffrey Reynolds. Woodmen get it into the front court. They feed Isenthal. His little short hook shot no good. Kurkowski with a rebound. Left side gives it to Reese Crawford. Crawford picks up his dribble, now gives it to Kurkowski near wing. 2 minutes into this third quarter, Quakers lead by 10. Kurkowski on the drive goes up, and we'll have a whistle and a foul. This one looks like it's going to be called against the Woodmen's Justin Conley. That's his first. Nobody in serious foul trouble, or actually any foul trouble from either team. Nobody with more than one foul. Kurkowski's first free throw is up and good.
Like the move there from Max. Sure, he could have settled for that three-point jumper, but got in a shot fake and a drive and drew the foul.
Kurkowski with his first free throw of the night. It's good. So is the second one. Max now with 13 points, and the Quakers lead by 12 with 5:55 left to go third quarter. Conley with the basketball, feeds right side with the basketball, laying it up and getting the nice little runner. There was Jeffrey Reynolds. He has 6 points.
Jeffrey Reynolds, a fine move there to get around the Quaker defense. Bank one off the backboard and good for Greenwood.
Left that one high over and got that ball over Nathan Mills. Mills, the leading shot blocker. Mills now with the basketball. Turns, lays it in with the right hand. Tough looking shot. Nathan Mills, as he usually does, makes it look easy. He has 15.
And then selfish play by Reese Crawford. He was open for a three-pointer or a long jumper. Got the ball inside to Nathan for the score.
Spencer Isenthal called for the traveling violation. Kyler Nichols into the lineup. Connor Brenz will take a seat. 35-23. Quakers with the basketball and the 12-point lead with 5:15 left to go in this third quarter. Alongside Christopher Worley, I'm Brian Scott. Kyler gives it up to Nathan Mills between the circles, left side, but it's Bryson Ellis. Ellis picks up his dribble, now gives it to Kurkowski. Kurkowski's turnaround jumper is good.
Boy, beautiful jumper by Max there. He is feeling it on the offensive end tonight, Max Kurkowski for Plainfield.
Kurkowski joins Mills with 15 points each. And the lead's 37-23. A little tough right-hander. That's no good from the left elbow by Alex Rapp. And the Quakers get the rebound. Another one and done for Greenwood. Crawford makes a move. Now gets rid of the basketball. Went up, knocked away, and Reese is still down at the other end of the court. Slowly getting up. Greenwood has advantage. 5-on-4. Here's a three. Blocked by Nichols, but getting the basketball off of the loose ball and putting it up and in is Spencer Isenthal, as Crawford slowly goes back to the bench.
You know, I think the referees blew his whistle there to give Coach a chance to check out Reese there. He took a hard fall underneath the Plainfield bucket. They're going to stand. Looks like he may be okay.
Actually, they're going to take him out now. Keegan Motter's going to come in.
That was a hard fall.
They stopped play because Greenwood had a substitution as Braden Kincaid came in. But Reese is going to go back out. And Keegan Motter is in. Quakers lead 37-25 as we approach the halfway point in quarter number 3. And Isenthal, anticipating the pass from Motter to Mills, stepped in but knocked the ball out of bounds. And it'll be Kurkowski taking it sideline out and throws it in the backcourt to Keegan Motter. Keegan dribbles into the front court as he crosses the timeline, sends the ball left side. Bryson Ellis drives, lays it up, won't get the bucket, leaves it short off the rim, but Bryson's going to earn a trip to the free throw line.
I was hoping Bryson could hit that, really help his night out here. Bryson Ellis for Plainfield will be at the line, and so far on the season, Mr. Ellis is a 71% foul shooter.
First free throw is short. Ethan Smith hits his first personal, and he will depart as Jeffrey Reynolds returns to the lineup for Coach Bruce Hensley's Woodmen. Nobody with more than one personal foul. It's spread out. Second free throw by Bryson is good. He now has 3 points, and it's a 13-point Quaker lead. Reynolds with the basketball. Left wing guarded by Kurkowski. Gets around the screen, sets up the jumper. No good. Rebounded by the Quakers. As the ball's loose, Nichols was trying to get the ball to Max Kurkowski, but didn't really see Jeffrey Reynolds there, and the ball gets knocked around, and eventually it goes off of Kyler's leg and out of bounds, and the turnover gives the ball back to the Woodmen.
Of course, Plainfield would like to maintain this lead, keep a good lead going into that fourth quarter. Right now, 3:35 left, third quarter.
They get the ball right side. Conley to Isenthal between the circles. They feed left side to Reynolds. 3:27 left to go, third quarter. And now we have a 3-second violation called against Greenwood.
4 turnovers here in the second half so far for Greenwood. Plainfield with just 2 so far. And they're going to press again. Greenwood is going to full court press. They've done that pretty much since the start of the second half.
Reese Crawford returns the lineup. Kyler Nichols will take a seat, and the Woodmen do set up a full court man-to-man pressure.
I like that.
And they'll lob it out. There's Bryson Ellis, gets the ball, throws it up, left it short. Ball still loose. He chases it down. Ellis gives it to Crawford. Crawford leaves it up. There's Kurkowski driving the lane.
Nice play. Plainfield hustling for loose balls here tonight, Brian. It's something we haven't seen all year, but they're doing a good job obtaining the loose ball.
Here's a drive. That's way off, and the Quakers come down with a basketball. Kurkowski with a nice lob outlet to Bryson Ellis. There's Mills. He finds Max. Max turnaround jumper in the lane. Gets the roll.
There's some soft touch by Max. We saw that from Nathan Mills earlier, but Max with soft hands, able to get the ball up to the rim, and it bounced around but rolled in. You shoot that ball hard, it's not going to go. Max got that one.
Kurkowski with 8 points. He has 19, and we will have a full timeout. We'll take a timeout as well. 2:48 left to go in this third quarter. Quakers lead the Woodmen 42-35. We'll come back. Red Pride basketball on ASO. We all have a guy, but who's your guy? Jeremiah P. Whip State Farm Agency in Plainfield next to Popeye's Chicken is a proud supporter of Plainfield basketball. Jeremiah specializes in life insurance and retirement maximization. Call 839-3322 or go to HoosierGuide.net to contact Jeremiah today. That's Jeremiah P. Whip State Farm Agency in Plainfield. Max Skurkowski has 19 points, 8 of those here in the third quarter, and I'm sure that makes his Aunt Foxy Roxy in Wisconsin very, very happy,
no
as
doubt.
Max Skurkowski has had quite a quarter, and the Quakers now lead 42-25 with 2:48 left to go in the third quarter. Coach Hensley uses a full timeout as he tries to set up, and now we'll see the Quakers apply a little bit of pressure in the backcourt. Now they'll back up and set up the half-court defense. Reese Crawford is going to work on Braden Kincaid. Kincaid with a screen. Now works against Keegan Motter. They leave the ball off and send it top to Conley. Conley feeds low. Nice steal, Nathan Mills. Reese Crawford with the basketball. He has Mills to his right, leaves it to Nathan. Nathan puts the shot up. Off the glass, no good. There's Kurkowski with a rebound and the putback. 10 points for Kurkowski in the quarter, 21 in the game. And the Quakers lead by 19 at 44-25. Here's a shot, no good by Reynolds. Ball's loose on the floor. Reynolds comes away with it, goes up. He's going to be blocked by Kurkowski, but they'll say Kurkowski got him on the arm. And it's going to send Jeffrey Reynolds to the foul line.
Plainfield really doing a good job on the boards tonight. This is a big margin as I've seen them have this year. Right now I have them winning the rebound battle at 20-9 over Greenwood.
Kurkowski picks up foul number 2. Jeffrey Reynolds at the line to shoot 2. He has 6 in the contest, and he misses that one badly.
Well, they are really struggling on free throws. Greenwood is, Brian.
Yeah, right now, as a team, they are 2 of 7.
Yeah.
And now make it 3 of 8 as Reynolds splits the free throws.
Here's
Here's
the
an
breakout.
outlet. Here's Mills. Mills will lay it up off the glass and in.
I like that. Coach Weaver's seen something in that press that would allow a man to run ahead of the pack, get deep on them, and they're throwing that long outlet pass on the inbounds against the press.
Here's a nice runner in the lane by Braden Kincaid. He has 7 points for the Woodmen as they finally get their first points in a couple of minutes. Here's Kurkowski, thought about the 3. Sends it right side. Mills will take the 3 from the corner. Missed it badly, but Keegan Motter gets the loose ball. Keegan works on the baseline, drives in, left it short off the rim, however, and the Woodmen have the basketball. They have the numbers. They'll send it out, and here's Conley. He'll drive. He'll leave it short off the rim, but a whistle and a foul. Looks like it's going to go against Bryson Ellis. Third team foul, I should say, against the Quakers here in this second half. And actually, they will call it against Reese Crawford. That's his second.
Conley, a 76% foul shooter for Greenwood. He's at the line here.
Conley with 8 points. This is his first free throws of the night. He hits the first. He hit 2 threes in that first half, 1 in each quarter. And now he hits his first free throw of the night. One more for Justin Conley. Conley hits both free throws. He now is the only Woodman in double figures with 10 of their 30 points. And it's a 16-point Quaker lead. Right side, here's Kurkowski from the right elbow. No good. Mills with a rebound. His putback's no good. There's Kurkowski. He will fly through, count the basket, and they're going to call the foul against Greenwood's Justin Conley.
I'll tell you, that's been the story of the night for me as to why Plainfield's been successful. Firing, hustling after loose balls, and definitely a huge rebounding advantage over the Greenwood Woodmen here tonight. Nathan got his rebound on that possession over the defenders, or the Greenwood's defender's back, but it didn't actually jump over his back. He just simply reached over him, got that rebound, and then missed the shot, but Max was there for the follow.
Matter of fact, it's rather odd that they called the foul against Conley. They evidently saw that Conley backed into Kurkowski, who was going up for the rebound and the putback. So give Kurkowski the and one. He has had some sign of quarter. He gets the and one. 13 points in the quarter, 24 points in the game And a 19-point lead once again for the Quakers at 49-30 with a minute left to go in the third. Greenwood with the basketball. Nice bounce pass. Conley drives the lane, gets the bucket. Nice bounce pass to Conley running down the lane, and he finishes it off. He now has 12 points. Keegan Motter bounce pass. Connor Brenz. Brenz is going to lose it. He's going to hit double dribble. Odd, we've seen 2 palming violations and 2 double dribbles now. One of both violations against each team. 40 seconds left to go in this third quarter. Quakers lead 49-32. Here's a 3 on its way. Kincaid's 3 no good. Rebounded by Kurkowski. Kurkowski leaves it to Motter. And Keegan into the front court. Keegan now gets the ball, and we're going to have a timeout called by Coach Andy Weaver. It'll be a 30-second timeout. That's the last 30-second timeout that Coach Weaver has. Keegan was looking for somebody to come back to the basketball. Nobody did, and Coach Weaver forced to call the timeout with 23.4 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Quakers with a 49-32 lead. They've led by as much as 19. And it's been a very impressive quarter for one Max Kurkowski. 13 points in the quarter. And 24 points in the game.
Love it. And Plainfield scored 22 points here just in this third quarter alone. So good intensity coming out of halftime in this third quarter. That's what they needed to do as they try to get a win here against conference opponent Greenwood.
Both teams searching for their first conference win of the season. Both teams trying to snap losing streaks. For the Quakers, they have lost their last 3. For the Woodmen, they've lost their last 5. Both are 0-4 in the conference. So right now it's Plainfield with the leg up as they get the ball to Kyler Nichols now into the game into the backcourt. Nichols into the front court, guarded by Kincaid. 17 seconds remain in the quarter. Quakers up 49-32. Here's Kurkowski with the basketball back to Kyler. Nichols gets around a Kurkowski screen. Now Kurkowski will get the basketball back. 6 seconds. 5 seconds, 4 seconds. Here's Max, drives through the lane, lays it off the glass, little too strong, and that's how the third quarter is going to end. Max Kurkowski putting on a show here in the third quarter. He leads all scorers with 24 points, and the Quakers lead the Woodmen 49-32 as we get ready for the fourth quarter. We'll be back in a moment. This is Red Pride Basketball on AudioSportsOnline.com. Whether you're looking to buy a new home or need to refinance an existing mortgage, J.P. Brenz and Caliper Home Loans can help you with all your mortgage financing needs, including conventional, FHA, VA, and USDA loans. Contact J.P. today at 550-2116. That's J.P. Brenz and Caliper Home Loans. We'd like to thank Raymond's Alignment Service in Plainfield for being a proud sponsor of Plainfield Quaker Basketball. Raymond's Alignment Service is Plainfield's complete auto and truck repair center since 1995. You can visit them at 3828 Clarks Creek Road in Plainfield or give them a call at 317-838-7112. That's Raymond's Alignment Service in Plainfield. Fourth quarter underway here from the Red Pride Gymnasium. Alongside Christopher Worley, I'm Brian Scott. Plainfield leads Greenwood 49-32. 13 points for Max Kurkowski. 13 of the 22 Quaker points in that quarter. They outscore the Woodmen 22-14, and they lead 49-32 as they have the ball to begin the fourth quarter. Here's Nathan Mills. He traveled. He made a move. Max Kurkowski was trying to post up down low. Nathan was going to make a move toward the lane, and he ends up traveling with the basketball.
The friends up north, Brownsburg leading Noblesville 24-18 at the half. Brownsburg 24, Noblesville 18 at the half.
As we get ready, as we are here in the fourth quarter, we'll try to set the lineups in just a second. Driving with the basketball, Jeffrey Reynolds. He leans in, blocked by Mills, but Mills is going to be called for the foul. Nathan, who averages about 3 blocks per game, hasn't had that many tonight, but Greenwood has spent most of their time trying to shoot from the perimeter. And for Nathan, that is going to be, well, they'll say foul number 3.
Jeffrey Reynolds, just a freshman, a 70% foul shooter. He's got that first one. Kind of like a look at this kid. He's 6'4", just a freshman. He is a starter for Greenwood. We may be seeing a lot of him in this conference and in the next 4 years. Jeffrey Reynolds.
Reynolds gets both of them to go. He is now 3 of 4 from the free throw line. It's 49-34, and as the Mills tries to get it to Reese Crawford, it's poked out of bounds by Reynolds. On the court for Coach Andy Weaver, it's Max Kurkowski will trigger the inbound from the sideline. Bryson Ellis, Nathan Mills, Reese Crawford, and Kyler Nichols. It is Justin Conley joined by Braden Kincaid. We'll try to get these here in a moment. Adam Rapp, Jeffrey Reynolds, and Evan James. Those are the 5 out there for Coach Bruce Hensley's Woodmen. 49-34. Crawford finds Mills. Nathan with the basketball. Now drives in the lane, spins, lays it up with a right hand, and gets the runner to go.
Beautiful move by Nathan there. Showing off some good post moves tonight here. Nathan Mills for Plainfield.
Mills with 19 points, 51-34. Plainfield jumper by Conley, no good. Follows it up, gets his own rebound. Here's James for 3 from the wing. Evan James with the 3-point basket, his first points of the night. And the first 3-point basket for the Woodmen here in the second half. They hit 3 threes in the first half. That's their first made 3 here in the second half. Here's another long outlet pass. Kurkowski finds Crawford. Crawford finishes it off. And you're right, Chris. Coach Andy Weaver has seen something there that we're watching Max Kurkowski watch one of his teammates on a nice outlet, and that's the 3rd time they've managed to get it down the field, and they're going to get Kyler Nichols for a foul.
Yes, and they've scored 2 out of those 3 times, and I think drew a foul the other time. So good work there on the inbounds play against the press by Plainfield. Looks like Connor Brenn's going to check in here for the Quakers.
I think the officials are discussing, is this a foul or just knocked out of bounds, but they are going to call the foul against Kyler Nichols. That's Kyler's first 15th foul against the Quakers, and they're going to say this is in the act of shooting, which is kind of hard to believe, but Braden Kincaid is at the line and hits the first of 2. Bren's in, Bryson Ellis is out, and while Bryson only has 3 points in the game, he has provided some great defense and good rebounding. Kincaid hits both free throws. He now has 9 points. And the Quakers have the basketball, leading 53-39 with 6:24 left to go in the basketball game.
Now just be smart on each possession. Take your time. Get a good shot.
Nichols leaves it to Crawford. Crawford left side to Kurkowski. Kurkowski with a huge third quarter. Crawford feeds Brenz in the low post. Connor back to Crawford. Crawford finishes it off.
And that was good movement without the ball by Reese. A little pass and go there. Got it down to Connor. Connor waited for him to cut to the basket. Got the good pass off to Reese, and he finishes.
Crawford with 6 points, and coming back the other way, here is Braden Kincaid with another basket. Kincaid now 11 points in the game.
He's played well for Greenwood, and he hit that through a lot of traffic and defenders from Plainfield. Mr. Kincaid, good job there for Greenwood.
Nathan gets it across the timeline, leaves it off for Kyler. Kyler gets a screen from Crawford, denies it, now comes back the other way, leaves it to Kurkowski. Kurkowski thought about the 3, but feeds Brenz in the post. He gives it to Mills, and Mills from the right elbow gets the kind roll and gets to drop.
You know, we often forget Nathan's such a big, important part of this team all season, plays a lot of minutes. He's just a sophomore, and he is doing a good job. Right there, he handled the ball up court. A lot of college recruiters would like to see that from the big man.
Conley has his shot rejected by Mills, but the Woodmen retains the possession. Turnaround jumper. That's no good by Reynolds. And the Quakers have the rebound in the basketball as they lead by 16 with 5 minutes left to go in regulation. Crawford dribbles, picks it up, leaves it to Brenz in the low post. Connor with the right hand gets it up to go.
Good job, Connor. I wanted him to score. Did a good job there.
Actually, Brenz with a left hand. Nice little move in the lane, gets the easy bucket. His first points of the night. It's 59-41 for the Quakers, and now a whistle and a foul. It'll be the 16th foul against Plainfield.
You know, just checking on Nathan Mills and his block shots. Coming into this game, he had 45. He was blocking. Of course, he leads the team in blocks, but blocks per game for Nathan Mills at about 3 or so. So he may have upped that now, but Nathan, good job on defense.
16 fouls. That means the next Quaker foul will have the Woodmen in the penalty. And right there was Isaac Stogsdale. He was trying to draw that 7th team foul. And now Greenwood says it went off of a Quaker, and now the officials get together and they agree, and the Woodmen will retain possession as Braden Kincaid will trigger the inbound from the baseline.
Yeah, Coach Bruce Hensley saw that too, and he wanted that possession to go back to Greenwood. They have the ball.
Kincaid picks up his dribble, now sends it out left side with the basketball. Adam Rapp. Rapp feeds Isenthal. Isenthal blocked by Nathan Mills. Mills with his 4th block of the game. And the Quakers push it up court. Here's Bryson Ellis. He was trying to find Kurkowski for a 3 over in the left wing, but the ball's tapped out of bounds by Spencer Isenthal, but the Quakers will retain possession. Kurkowski will trigger the inline from the baseline in the far corner. 59-41, Quakers with the lead, 4:15 left to go in this game. Mills feeds down low.
Come on.
Moving is Bryson Ellis, and he's going to be fouled by Braden Kincaid.
Certainly was with the body there. And Mr. Ellis will go to the free throw line.
Braden Kincaid with his first 4th team foul against Greenwood. And as Chris mentioned, Bryson Ellis at the line to shoot 2. He's 1 of 2 from the line tonight. He has 3 points.
Came in at 71% as a foul shooter. Got it.
Got the first. Leaving is Adam Rapp as Ethan Smith will return to the lineup. Max Kurkowski will depart. Mark Dahl will come in for Coach Andy Weaver. Meanwhile, Bryson Ellis with 1 more free throw. Second free throw is good. He has 5 points, and the Quakers have their biggest lead at 20, 61-41 as we approach the halfway point in quarter number 4. Spinning in the lane, Justin Conley. Nice move, and a whistle and a foul will stop play. Dahm is going to be called for the personal foul, and for Mark, that's his second, but it is the 17th foul. Conley at the line misses the first. Anthony Bolin will see his first minutes of the night. He comes in for Bryson Ellis. Bryson leaves with 5 points and some pretty good play tonight. Conley's second free throw, that's short. Mills with a rebound for the Quakers. Nathan with the basketball. Leaves it left side. Connor Brands. Brands gives it to Mark. Dahm with the basketball. He'll pick it up. Gives it to Connor. Connor, a little far out. Nice ball fake. Comes up with a jumper. Shot no good. And Crawford tried to go him over for the rebound, but the Greenwood Woodmen have the basketball, and they bring it into the front court, trailing by 20, and another palming violation. That's our 3rd one we've seen tonight. Kurkowski will return to the lineup for the Quakers. Conley will depart for Greenwood.
I'd like to see Nathan get a little rest here tonight. Now, Plainfield does have a game tomorrow night. They're on the road Saturday night at Shelbyville for a 7:30 p.m. start at Shelbyville.
In the front court, Kurkowski has the basketball. Quakers lead by 20 with 3:30 left to go in this 4th quarter. Dahm now with the basketball, drives, gets to the baseline. Now he's double-teamed, nowhere to go with the basketball, but he finds Mills at the right elbow. Nathan in the lane, and coming across with Spencer Isenthal. Thought he had all ball, but instead he's going to be called for the foul against Nathan Mills. And for Isenthal, that's foul number 2. Nathan's first free throw is up and good. Nathan with now 22 points on the night, and he'll have 1 more free throw attempt. And he will sink them both. Mills with 6 points in the quarter, and a 63-41 lead for the Quakers with 3:14.
Good job on the line here from the second half of Plainfield. I have them only missing 1 free throw. They've made 6 in a row, Brian.
Well, Greenwood with the basketball. Left side, this is Isenthal that the Quakers have pretty much shut down tonight. Here's a 3 on the way from the wing. That's up and good by Ethan Smith, and that's Smith's first basket of the night. Mills, he finds Connor Brands. Brands goes up, and he's going to draw a foul. As Quakers quickly got into the front court, Mills got it up front and then found Connor. And the foul's going to go against Ethan Smith. That's his second, 16th foul against the Woodmen, and Connor Brands is at the line to shoot 2.
We've seen Connor do some good things this season, score some points. He's the 3rd leading scorer for Plainfield. Having trouble scoring tonight, but he's doing everything he can to get that. He came in averaging just under 6 points a night.
Connor hits the first. He's got 3 points now, all of them here in the fourth quarter. And he sank the second one. Connor actually hasn't had that many minutes here in this game, but he's playing some minutes here in the fourth quarter. He now has 4 points. 65-44. Quakers with the lead. 2:36 left to go. Again, our next broadcast here will be February 12th when county rival Cascade comes to the Red Pride Gymnasium. Greenwood, they've had problems scoring all season. Tonight's not going to help. Here's a nice move as Braden Kincaid, who is really having himself maybe a bit of a breakout night. He has not been a primary scorer for the Woodmen all season long.
Yeah, came in just averaging 2.6, but Braden Kincaid.
He now has 13. And he misses the and one. The Woodmen get the rebound, but they can't get the putback as Paul Proctor tried to get the putback, and as Anthony Bolin came down with the basketball, he rolled around, and they'll call him for traveling. The backside can sometimes just work as a pair of feet. Here's Proctor. His shot partially blocked by Brenz. Mills comes away with it. Wanted to give it to Bolin, but Bolin was already going up court. Here's a jumper from the free throw line by Conley. It's no good. And not able to corral the loose ball was Connor Brenz, so the ball will remain here at the Greenwood end. They trail by 19 with 2 minutes exactly left to go in this fourth quarter.
Sorry, Brian. Nice to be in the fourth quarter here with just 2 minutes left and Plainfield with some breathing room to get a win here tonight.
Greenwood, is pretty much been their story, as said, all season. Really having problems getting the ball into the hoop, but Isaac Stogsdill, he finds himself in the scoring column with a bucket close in, and it's a 65-48 lead for the Quakers. They have the basketball with 1:30 left to go in the basketball game. Right side, here's Kurkowski. He had a strong third quarter. He has been scoreless here in the fourth. Here's Nathan Mills, top of the key, just inside the arc. Shot no good. Rebounded by Proctor of Greenwood. Greenwood, they feed it down to Stogsdill. Stogsdill backs it out. He was in a bad mismatch with Max Kurkowski down low. Ethan Smith with the basketball. He'll give it up. That three is way off by Evan James. And the air ball lands into the hands of the Quakers, who have the basketball and a big lead with 53 seconds left to go. 65-48 Plainfield. Greenwood made a run in the second quarter. They led by as much as 5, but the Quakers ended up with a 9-point halftime lead, and they've really never been challenged ever since. Here's a 30-second timeout called by, now they're going to make it a full. We'll take a timeout as well with 42.3 seconds remaining. 65-48, the Quakers with the lead. Prestwick Pet Sitters and owner Dawn Crawford is a proud sponsor of the Plainfield Quakers basketball team. Prestwick Pet Sitters has been in business for over 20 years, servicing Plainfield, Avon, and Danville, specializing in home pet care for all types of pets, from Angora rabbits to zebrafish and all the cats and dogs in between. Visit PrestwickPetSitters.com or call 745-9900 to learn more or schedule an appointment before your next trip. That's PrestwickPetSitters.com. Quakers with the basketball, final 35 seconds. They lead 65-48. Mark Dahm with the basketball. He will give it to Kyler Nichols, joined by Keegan Motter, Anthony Bolin, and Connor Brenz. They give it to Bolin. Bolin spins, nice little move, and throws it up with a hand. And Anthony Bolin is in the scoring column.
Nice move, kid.
And 19-point lead for the Quakers. 12 seconds remain in this game. Quakers are going to snap their 3-game losing streak and pick up their first win in Mid-State Conference action. They'll send it up top. 2 seconds, 1 second. Greenwood will not even get a shot off, and that's how this basketball game is going to end. Final score, Plainfield knocks off Greenwood 67-48. Back with final thoughts and final stats in a moment. This is Red Pride Basketball on Audio Sports Online. We all have a guy, but who's your guy? Jeremiah P. Whip State Farm Agency in Plainfield next to Popeye's Chicken is a proud supporter of Plainfield basketball. Jeremiah specializes in life insurance and retirement maximization. Call 839-3322 or go to HoosierGuide.net to contact Jeremiah today. That's Jeremiah P. Whip State Farm Agency in Plainfield. Whether you're looking to buy a new home or need to refinance an existing mortgage, J.P. Brenz and Caliper Home Loans can help you with all your mortgage financing needs, including conventional, FHA, VA, and USDA loans. Contact JP today at 550-2116. That's JP Brenz and Caliper Home Loans. We'd like to thank Raymond's Alignment Service in Plainfield for being a proud sponsor of Plainfield Quaker basketball. Raymond's Alignment Service is Plainfield's complete auto and truck repair center since 1995. You can visit them at 3828 Clarks Creek Road in Plainfield or give them a call at 317-838-7112. That's Raymond's Alignment Service in Plainfield. Does Wings Etc. have great wings? Sure, but wait, there's more. So much more than award-winning jumbo wings. Stop past our new location in Plainfield at 1818 East Main Street, just west of Kroger, and you'll get a great big taste of what the Etc. and Wings Etc. is all about. You can call 406-3250 to place your to-go order today. That's Wings Etc. at 1818 East Main Street in Plainfield. Prestwick Pet Sitters and owner Dawn Crawford is a proud sponsor of the Plainfield Quakers basketball team. Prestwick Pet Sitters has been in business for over 20 years, servicing Plainfield, Avon, and Danville, specializing in home pet care for all types of pets, from Angora rabbits to zebrafish and all the cats and dogs in between. Visit PrestwickPetSitters.com or call 745-9900 to learn more or schedule an appointment before your next trip. That's PrestwickPetSitters.com. Back at the Red Pride Gymnasium alongside Christopher Worley, I'm Brian Scott. Plainfield gets their first Mid-State Conference victory of the season as they knock off the Greenwood Woodmen by the score of 67-48. Quakers got off to a nice start. Greenwood got the first 2 points of the game, and then the Quakers went on a 10-0 run in that first quarter, and they led 10-5 after the end of the first period. Greenwood was able to get some points in that second quarter. They started off shooting rather hot from the field in the second quarter, at one point leading Plainfield by 5 points. But the Quakers end the quarter on a nice run. They lead by 9 points at the end of the half, and after that, it really wasn't much of a contest. Plainfield led 49-32 after 3 quarters, and they finished this game winning by 19, 67-48. Let's give you our final stats for tonight's contest. Leading Greenwood with 13 points tonight off the bench was Braden Kincaid. 12 points from Justin Conley, 9 points from Jeffrey Reynolds. Leading scorer Spencer Isenthal was held to only 5 points tonight. 3 points from Ethan Smith, 2 points from Isaac Stogsdill, 1 point from Paul Proctor, and Alex Ratt played. He did not score. Greenwood hit 5 3-point baskets there in this contest, but we're only 8 of 17 from the charity stripe. For the Plainfield Quakers, and leading all scorers tonight with 24 points was Max Kurkowski. Nathan Mills finished the game with 23 points. 6 points from Reese Crawford, 5 points from Bryson Ellis. Connor Brenz had 4 points. Keegan Motter had 3 points. Anthony Boland with 2 points. Kyler Nichols and Mark Dahm played. They did not score. The Quakers did a fantastic job from the free throw line. They were 13 of 15 from the charity stripe tonight, and they hit 4 3-point baskets. And all in all, a nice game here for Plainfield, snapping a 3-game losing streak to pick up their first Mid-State Conference win. And Chris, we take a look at this game. A lot of guys that you can probably pick for a star, but I imagine you've got one in particular in mind.
Oh, certainly. Max Kurkowski, a great game tonight. Got him his first star. Nathan Mills, the second star. And then third star, we want to mention, of course, Bryson Ellis. A great all-around game. Okay, he got 5 points. Not a big scoring line as usual for Bryson, but really hustled, set the tone with good defense, came up with a lot of loose balls. And as a team stat, just an outstanding rebounding edge for Plainfield tonight. I had them 27-16 over Greenwood rebounding. So a good job by the boys tonight getting a conference win here against Greenwood.
For the Greenwood Woodmen, they fall to 3-14 on the season. They are now 0-5 in mid-state conference action. The win for Andy Weaver's Quakers give them a record of 5-11 overall in their first win in conference play. They are 1-4. As Chris mentioned, the Quakers now back out on the road. They will play tomorrow night. They will take on the Golden Bears of Shelbyville before returning for 2 games next week. We will have both of those games for you, but in rather different ways. We'll be back February 12th as the Quakers host the Cascade Cadets. We'll be back here on the 17th when the Quakers host the Brownsburg Bulldogs. That game will not be available on Audio Sports Online. However, you can listen to that game. It'll be audio only. You can listen to that game via xrbradio.com. 1610 AM XRB and xrbradio.com. We'll have both of those games next week, and then our final game of the season, regular season, will be February 26th against Greenfield Central. Again, a schedule change. If you look on the ASO page, we will not have the Brownsburg game on ASO. We will have Plainfield's opening sectional game at Martinsville for you. So still going to get you 10 games, just a little bit different ways. But we'll be back next on the 12th as the Cascade Cadets come to the Red Pride Gymnasium.
Just want to mention, too, big night here for Plainfield basketball. JV team beat Greenwood, too, 49-35. So a Plainfield sweep here tonight. Don't forget, folks, next week, Plainfield girls, sectional action. They will be in action Wednesday night, the 11th. They play the first game against Terre Haute North.
And that'll be a big, big sectional. You can see a lot of great girls high school basketball right here at the Red Pride Gymnasium next week. And, of course, you want to make sure you come out and cheer the Lady Quakers on as they begin sectional play next week. Once again, your final score, the Plainfield Quakers defeat the Greenwood Woodmen by the score of 67-48. Alongside my broadcast partner, Christopher Worley, I'm Brian Scott saying thanks for tuning in tonight. We'll see you next week when the Quakers host the Cadets from Cascade. Until then, so long, everybody. Thanks for tuning in to Plainfield Quakers basketball on AudioSportsOnline.com. Tonight's game has been brought to you by Wings Etc., Presswick Pet Sitters, State Farm Agent Jeremiah P. Whip, Raymond's Alignment Service, and J.P. Brenz and Caliber Home Loans. Don't forget, you can catch a free on-demand replay of tonight's game by visiting www.AudioSportsOnline.com. Red Pride Basketball is an AudioSportsOnline.com production.